Here is day 2, Chaturanga and push-up. So in our Chaturanga, we're going to go in a little bit more of that tricep position, so a little bit more of a focus on the triceps. So the hands are going to be nice and narrow. I want you to come into tabletop first. Feel a little spreading through the fingers. And then send your feet back so you come into a nice high plank. In your high plank, think about lengthening down through your tailbone. So you're thinking about pulling your front ribs towards your back ribs. So think about lengthening down here, lifting up through the waist, and you're going to feel everything turn on. The 4 points that are super important in our Chaturanga are to turn your triceps, so the back of the arms, turn them inward, push the floor away while you're keeping, so everything is just kind of layering on. It's a domino effect. Triceps hug in, push the floor away, feel as though you're drawing your thumbs towards one another, so you're tensioning the arms a lot more. So even though the hands aren't going to slide and move, you want to feel like you're pulling them towards one another. And then at the same time, shoot your collarbone forward. So you've got your triceps, push, thumbs, collarbone. Take an inhale, shift your toes forward, bend at the elbows, leaving the shoulders higher than the elbows, and then you can press up into your upward dog from there. Typical transition, maybe come back into a child's pose. If you want to take a lesser option, that's totally fine too, and usually recommended, especially in your warm-up as you're starting off, to come from the knees. So instead of that full tabletop, I'm going to walk my hands out a little bit more, shift my hips forward, still feeling that sense of lengthening the tail down. Put all of those 4 points together, the triceps, push, the thumbs, and the collarbone. Shift my weight slightly forward. Exhale as I bend. Take a slight pause, and then maybe come down to the belly, keeping the elbows clipped in at my sides. Roll your shoulders back. Inhale to push away. Tuck your toes under, and then push back into the knees, and then maybe a downward facing dog again. All right, let's look at the push-up. So in your push-up, you can still do a tricep option, so a tricep push-up, and that's what is often, so sometimes the terms are used interchangeably when you're talking about a yoga push-up, or people will often describe it if they're not sure what Chaturanga is, and people might say, oh, it's like a tricep push-up, so the hands are a little bit more narrow so that the elbows stay clipped in. But we're going to go a little wider with our push-up. Again, you can take a couple of options. So you can take the lesser option with the knees down. And not that it's lesser, because it's still hard as hell. But you can take the hands out, keep the knees down, as I said. You're going to draw your shoulders back. One of the things you want to pay attention to on your wide push-up is watching where the elbows go. So when you're bending, you're not bending at, a 90 degree here. You're kind of drawing the elbows in. So if you were to imagine drawing an A from the tip of the elbows, crown of the head, down to the tip of the other elbow. So that when you come into your push-up, you have that kind of A frame. That means, again, you're keeping your collarbone showing out. You're inhaling, though, this time on the way down, drawing the shoulder blades together. Feel a sense of kind of squeezing in and around the armpits, especially as you push up. And imagine squeezing a penny in your armpits on either side. Okay? So let's go down. Or let's set up. I want my chest to come down probably somewhere in and around the area of where my hands are. So by the time I come down, I'm lengthening down. I'm going to inhale on the way down. And then shoulder blades together. Exhale on the way up. Feeling that sense of pushing or holding the pennies in between my armpits, okay? And also even a little bit of spreading through the shoulder blades as you press up as well. That's going to give you a really nice, strong, again, foundation, good alignment, and healthy shoulders, okay? If you're taking the higher option, you can take the feet out. You can take the feet maybe a little bit wider. You can take an inhale, come down again, shoulder blades together, and then press and come on up. And same thing, you're still paying attention to that squeeze of the pennies here. Hope you enjoy.